If you are feeling tight and you need a full body routine, look no further because here is a quick and easy stretching routine that you can do in a very short amount of time. The one thing I do want you to promise to me is if you don't have the time right now, save it for later, come back to it and perform the whole routine at once and let me know how you feel after in the comments. But other than that, let's get started.
We will start off with a dynamic child's pose. Let's get on all fours. I like to put my knees under my hips to start, hands out in front, and then the hands can be underneath the shoulders. I'll actually push them out just a little bit. And then from here, all we're gonna do is push our butt back onto our heels and drop our chest and head down to the ground. That would just be a normal child's pose where you just hold that bottom position, but we are going to make it dynamic. So basically all we're gonna do is go in and out of that position. So dynamic pose, dynamic child's pose here. Back up, and then we'll drive back down, dropping that chest, and hopefully we get a little bit looser as we run through those reps. We're gonna shoot for 15 reps on this one, about a 1 second down, 1 second back to the starting position. So it shouldn't take too long, but we're going to shoot for 15 reps here. So let's get it started. And if you have to, you can always push your hands out further so you get a bigger stretch in your upper body, like your lats. And then, also, if it hurts to bring your butt to your heels, you don't have to go as far, or you can put something in between your butt and heels, like a pillow or a wrapped up towel or a rolled up towel. That way you just don't go as far back and you take a little bit of pressure off the knees, but find what works best for you. If you don't need it, that's cool too. So let's shoot for 15 reps this time. All right. I like to bring my knees a little bit wider than shoulder width, but some people like it closer. Okay, I think we covered everything. All right, 15 reps. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Control the breathing. Don't hold your breath. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, almost there, 13, 14, last one, 15 reps, dynamic child's pose. And now we're going to get into T-spine rotation, and we're going to do 2 different hand positions. What we're going to do here is knees under hips, hands under shoulders, and then we're going to place one hand behind the head. Our shoulder is in external rotation, and now we're going to rotate down, then push into the ground, look up, and rotate up towards the sky. Try to keep your lower body fairly steady. We're going to do 5 reps there, and then we're just going to flip our hand to our low back or behind our back, pull that shoulder back, and then we'll do that same motion where we're rotating. Just a little bit of a difference there, one with external rotation with our shoulder and one with internal rotation. I like that internal rotation, pulling the shoulder back really opens up the pecs too. So we're going to do 5 reps of each position, so 10 total reps on each side. Then we do the other side. All right, let's go. 1. I like to look where I'm going, so look up towards the sky, get 2. 3, 4, 5. Hand behind the back. Make sure that shoulder rolls back too. Don't let that shoulder roll forward. Rotate up. 2, 3, 4. Good. 5. Switch it up. Left arm. Rotate down. Look where you're going. 1. Good. 2. 3, 4, and 5. Hand behind the back, shoulder pulled back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. T-spine rotations, 10 reps on each side, but we broke it up into a couple different positions. Hand behind the back, hand behind the head, hand behind the back. Now let's go into a hamstring 90-90. We're gonna lay on our back, bring one knee over our hip or around that level. You'll figure out if you're tight or not in this position. You can always adjust. Hand grabs onto the thigh, and then all you're going to do is kick your leg up. If you pull your foot towards you, it's going to be a little bit tougher because the nerve is on tension. So if that's really tough and you just feel a really big stretch behind the knee, point the toe away from you and you should be able to go further. It might be a little bit more comfortable. Again, find what works best for you. Some people it'll be super easy, some people it'll be super tough. I'm going to point my toe kind of just neutral, not too far towards me, not too far away. And then just kick up. 10 reps each side. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. 6, 7. Good. 8, 9, and 10. Switch legs. Reset, and let's go. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. 6, 7. Good. 8, 9, and 10. Hamstring 90-90. That's our third one. Now let's go into our last stretch, and we're going to go into a 90-90, but with our hips this time. And we're going to do it with a lean back. So I love this position, 90-90. We get good rotation in our front hip, good rotation in our back hip, so we can stretch those positions out. And now we're going to place our hands behind our back, and then we're going to lean back. Really trying to drive this hip forward. So lean back, squeeze the butt, and now we get a good stretch on some of these muscles on the front of our hip and leg on this back leg. Love it. We're going to hang out here for about 30 seconds, and then we're going to switch sides. I got to grab the timer real quick because I forgot it. All right, so let's get into that 90-90 position. And let's put this into 30 seconds and we'll get it started. So lean back, squeeze the butt. And you can always back off this position by bringing your arms a little bit closer to you. This is a pretty good spot here. About 12 more seconds, 10 more seconds now. So I get a great stretch on the front of this leg right into that hip. 2, 1. Let's switch sides. And 3, 2, 1, and let's finish it off. Hands behind the back. Push that hip forward. Breathe through it. Especially if it's a little bit intense. Never hold your breath. 10 more seconds. right. So that is the last stretch. That was a 90-90 with a lean back, 30 seconds on each side. That is it for our mobility exercises. I think I said mobility exercises and stretches. And now we always finish it off with a strengthener. We're gonna hit a side plank with a leg lift and a little bit of a variation from the typical one I do. So let's get into our side plank position. Both knees are bent, and then we're going to keep our hips back. So knees are bent, the hip is kind of at an angle here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift up into a side plank position and push our hips forward. It's gonna look like this, just like that. So now our knee, hip, and head are in one line. That's part one. So our hips push back at the starting position. It's resting on the ground. As we push up, hips go forward, the hips extend, and then now we're going to lift our top leg. And we're gonna do that at the same time. So we'll drop our hip back, get back into our starting position, push our hip forward, and lift up that top leg. And that one's a killer. Works that bottom hip, top hip, works our shoulder, the side of our body. It's good. We're gonna do that 10 reps on each side, nice and controlled. If you wanna make it tougher, don't set your butt on the ground each time you reset. So you'll be up here and then bring that leg down, push the hip back, but don't let it rest on the floor, and go right back into it. Find what works best for you. If both of those are just too hard, you can just do this, or you can just hang out in this position, just hold it, okay? There's no right way to do it. Find what works best for you. No wrong way to do it. But let's shoot for that. We'll do 10 reps total. Let's go. Good one. Good 2. 3. 4. 5. Really extend those hips. 6. Push into the floor with the arm. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Let's go into our other side. I'm gonna move my cell phone to the other pocket. That's how I record this sound. All right. Get into position, 10 reps on this side. Good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, good 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Feel the burn.